Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the super awesome video game show that is totally serious, and we're paying attention on everything. I am John.
I'm Jeff.
And Jeff, you last week you gave me a really hard mission. You
Yes.
told me specifically
Yes.
that I got to choose the game, whatever game I wanted.
Yes.
It had to be a game that you've probably never played and needed to be a hidden gem.
Right.
Because you were going to be playing Dark Souls all week.
Yes, this is correct. All of these statements are totally correct.
So I decided to throw a curveball in going all the way back to the GameCube and playing another game with the word dark in the title.
Yeah.
Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
I have not played this game since it came out. So while I have played it, it's just been forever.
Flesh. Bone.
I'm sorry, is
Bound
this...
together with the oddest magical incantation.
Okay. I was
What?
like...
This wretched
porno?
book is where it all
Right.
No.
began so long ago.
No, it didn't say boners. It just said bone.
Flesh and boners. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm actually kind of looking forward to playing the beginning of this again because I remember when I got it, it was like the second game I got for my GameCube.
Yeah.
And I got Metroid Prime first, and then I got this second, and I played it like in the middle of the night at my parents' house when everybody was asleep. And I remember it got me a couple of times, you know, like not like I wasn't sitting on the edge of my bed like Scooby-Doo teeth chattering, but
I don't think the game is really scary, but it goes a long way with trolling you.
Yeah.
Which is something I don't think enough games do.
yes, this is correct.
Because I felt like the we'll get to it obviously as the game goes on.
Right.
But you know, it has a sanity meter, and the lower your meter gets, the more crazy you're supposed to be, and the more the game decides to play tricks on you.
Yep.
And I remember this game infuriating a lot of people, not scaring them, but infuriating them with some of the stuff that they did to them.
Well, you know, it's funny because when you play it for the first time, it's like, oh shit! All right, let's go, Jill.
You're in a room with a shotgun. Uh-oh, they're coming out of the woodwork on you.
All right, shoot it, lady. Okay, all right. The controls.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
there
take
we
a
go.
little bit to
Run.
remember
All
how to
right.
get used to them. On
I like this is back in the day when they're like tutorials. Fuck you. Shoot him in the face. You know, this actually reminds me of we never got a chance to play. To play Resident Evil Revelations, but I really enjoyed that game. I got it on the PC, and I really enjoyed playing it. You know, it's too bad that Silicon Knights... I mean, like, to me, this is the best they've ever done.
Well, no, you're right. You're 100% right, because after this was, what, Two Human, which I liked, but not as good?
I think after this was actually Twin Snakes, wasn't it?
Oh, no, you're right. You are right. It was Twin Snakes, because that was...
Come at me with that Metal Gear shit, John.
Sorry. And then they did, after Two Human, they did X-Men
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Destiny.
Sorry. I never got a chance to play Two Human because it came out, it was an Xbox 360 exclusive, right? That was before I owned an Xbox.
Yeah.
I remember when somebody told me about it, like the conceit of it, I was like, well, that sounds Cyber Vikings? That sounds right up my alley.
It was...
And I heard it was just like really like bad menus, really obtuse, repetitive gameplay.
Yes. They tried to do the Diablo loot system,
Right.
but it ended up not being enough to keep you to keep playing the game. So, unfortunately, and then from what I understand, they screwed over X-Men, whatever that Destiny game was.
X-Men Destiny was. We played that a long time ago. I beat that game. I think like twice actually, or 1.5 times. I played it with one because you had 3 different characters. You could pick between them. Yeah, that was such a. I mean,
this is only a Nintendo game. Look at all that blood.
Yeah. Now they're making fitness software or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, they basically tried to shoot out a quick license deal to get money, and then they were going to make a sequel to this.
Right.
and then they went out of business.
Well, after Silicon Knights went out of business, Dennis Dyack did a Kickstarter, right? For his spiritual success. It was like an unlicensed spiritual successor to...
Correct, by another company. Well, originally it was by another company, and he had no involvement in it.
Oh, okay.
And then he got involved, if I remember correctly. He then, like, after the Kickstarter launch, he got involved.
There was certainly a lot of force used here.
And then they didn't hit it, right? Like they missed it.
They actually put it up on
Second
Kickstarter
time?
like 2 or 3 times. And it didn't hit it any of those times.
And what's left doesn't
I don't know. It seems like these days that just as far as like this style of game, kind of a horror action game or whatever, seems to kind of be, at least in my opinion, in the solidly in the realm of the indie developers. Stuff like Outlast and that one the Amnesia guys are making about the space horror. I really want to play that one. I can't remember what it's called. But that it just seems like, I mean, Resident Evil is just a full-on action game now. All right. Shocked by grandfather's mysterious death and frustrated at the incompetence of the local police, uncover the truth, she decides to search the mansion, a place where Edward conducted his research. Was it tied to his past? That'd be tied to the murder would be. I seem to remember this starting out differently. I remember this starting out with Roman dude, but I'm sure that's a little bit later.
Yeah, it comes up. Comes up a little bit later.
Should Alex look at the key? Sure. Pulls the key out. It's a dresser key.
Hey, a dresser key.
I got to tell you what, though. If it hasn't already happened, I feel like there's totally a market out there if somebody decided they wanted to make like nostalgia-style games like this, right?
Yeah. Oh,
if somebody was like, we're going to make Resident Evil games. Okay, so we need to put a sword in there.
Yeah.
Throw a sword at it. You could probably make a fair amount of money and a fair amount, if you were to say like, we're gonna.
Isn't that kind of what Atlas does? Not those type of games specifically, but makes kind of more nostalgia, retro, low.
So I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like you could probably. Okay, what's with the Whispers game? Unfortunately, I would never really lived to the piano fell into disuse. Punch the piano. I mean, like I feel like if you were to make a game that was like. Because you think about development costs, right, of video games, and you think that it's funny. I saw this little orange thing over here. It kind of looks like when people put down a thing in Dark Souls where they make a comment. I was like, "What is it? Be wary of trap left." Or
You've been playing Dark Souls too much.
I know. I'm done. I mean, at this point, oh yeah,
that's actually important.
I know what that means. No, it's fine. That if you were to make an indie game that had graphics, say, on par with like Resident Evil 4, talking like good art style, but not like not super AAA, like it's going to take a million programmers a million hours to do this shit, and then you had this kind of like third person limited ammo, because Outlast kind of tried to do that, but the way that they did it was with no offense.
Yeah.
You had literally no way to attack the creature, so you were forced to run away, and that works for a little while. But eventually, you kind of start to like. I honestly, in my personal humble opinion, I think that it's scarier when you only have 2 bullets than if you have no bullets.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
If you have 3 enemies and 2 bullets, I think that is much creepier, or much more tense, I should say.
Yeah.
Because creepy runs out eventually.
Yeah.
They did have those dong dudes, though. Dudes with their dongs out in Outlast. And they were like super, super, like, it was like Deliverance and shit. I was just like,
yeah. Well.
All right. I want her to stop and go like, oh, okay, here we go. Blooming is gazing on the end of the room to adjust the clock hands. Sure. I'll just put it at midnight. It's daylight savings time. Put it ahead an hour. I'm sure if we were reading stuff.
I'm sure once we get there, there's going to be a point where that actually comes into effect.
Let's go see what's in these other rooms. But yeah, I feel like horror games have become. I mean, I feel horror. I would almost say, whoa, shit, Grandpa. She's like, what is this? A flan. Wait, no, I was gonna. Okay. Okay. We're just getting warmed up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know that you're not gonna be able to do anything in this room right now.
Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. That I feel like horror is almost even harder to do than comedy.
Yeah.
Like, comedy is hard, right? Because some people are offended by things that other people think are just completely hilarious. But horror is almost harder, and I think it's harder for me to get scared when I play a game because I'm so in. I've said this before, but I'm so into the actual gameplay aspect of it.
Yeah.
Okay. That it's I get so concerned with the act of like running and shooting and dodging and keeping my health up that all of the stuff that's supposed to be real scary tends to take a back seat. Okay, where's the dresser? Is it over here?
No, I thought that would have. It's
No, this doesn't seem like a dresser room, does it?
no. This is the kitchen.
Okay. I would have figured upstairs. Do I have to like use the key?
Yeah, I think you have to use a key. Yeah, you have 2 keys,
Oh,
and you have
okay.
to unlock.
Equip the key.
Well, no, you can't equip.
Dresser
You basically
key. Second floor key. Okay,
you
there
just
we
go up to the door and then use. Have to pause and and then use.
Oh no, it's broken. Gotta repair the key.
Oh no.
Okay,
So go back down.
We gotta go. Is there? No, that door's locked.
So yeah, it's probably go back to the go into that door right there.
The solarium or the telescope room.
No,
observatory.
go to the other area, the other way.
This way.
Yeah.
Okay. They got super glue over here. Is that
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, isn't that a dresser?
where?
Or I don't know what you're standing in front of. No,
this?
the desk. I don't know.
I think that's a desk.
Okay, never
Isn't
mind.
it, John? I'm just spitballing. I'm not trying to
okay.
like be facetious with you or anything.
Desk. Okay, sorry. I thought it might have been a thing.
Desk is desk.
Yeah.
Did we miss something about like how we have to turn the hands on the clock?
I think we might have actually missed something here.
Okay, let's see if we got a notes section.
We should journal.
Okay.
Those are those are cutscenes essentially.
Oh, okay. Map, inventory, load and save.
Okay, I could have swore there was something.
How would you repair a key? Is there super glue in the kitchen? I know. If one looks closely, the family's secrets are revealed.
Huh.
It won't let me zoom in, though. Here's this room. Is there a key? Wait, is this a dresser?
No, maybe that.
It doesn't look like... Well, actually, there's doesn't... Yeah.
No.
Do. That's a bookshelf. That looks like a secret passageway right there. Okay. I don't see anything here. Guys, I know you're yelling at your screen right now. I know you are. I know how it is. I play video games with Grant.
Okay, I actually know what to do. Go
Okay.
back to that clock.
Which clock? Oh, the clock in
Yeah.
this room over here.
Yeah.
Was it this page? Is it?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Is this not this is the? Oh, okay. What do we miss?
I know what time to set the clock to.
Oh, okay. How are we supposed to know that? Was it one of the
I forget
things?
where it is, but I think it's set it somewhere.
Okay.
But set it to 3:33.
Okay. We're cheating.
Yeah, I cheated. Sorry, folks.
3:33. Oh. Well, no, that's what I did, bro. Is that like... Okay. I wonder if you just look at that clock long enough, does the voice tell you? Maybe that's what we missed.
Yeah.
Just didn't sit there long enough.
Yeah, that's a good possibility.
All right, I need the rooster key and a shotgun. What?
What is this room? No.
Oh, it's like Silent Hill. They didn't even have the siren or anything. That's lame. Or okay, it's just another room.
Yeah, it's just another room.
All right, let's get in this book.
Large leather-bound book.
I'm gonna say, like, John, what's your tolerance for like creepy shit? Like, if you went to your grandpa's house and you found like a big book that looked like it was bound in human flesh, you just be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and let the cops have the book.
Of what was to come, nor did I care.
No? You open up the book made of human flesh.
I mean, you know, I'd be stupid like Ash in Army of Darkness and totally read the book and the words of the book out loud. Though he didn't read the book. He played a note thing or played a recording.
I guess they did that in the remake, right?
Yeah,
or the reimagining or whatever it was.
Yeah. See, now we're playing.
There we go.
The part that you remember.
To see those who dwell behind.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Life now has purpose.
I'm trying to think. There's like 3 or 4 more horror games. I mean, there's actually a lot of them that people a lot of times will write in to talk to us about.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. I mean, I don't have the time to waste on anything that isn't like the best.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and this one's it's one of my favorites from the GameCube. Like, I actually kind of replay this game every now and then.
Yeah?
I haven't played it since last October, which is why I couldn't remember what to do right there. But I tend to try to play this. I did kind of like that.
Oh, yeah, I just noticed that. I was like, wait.
They started speaking in Greek or whatever, and then it slowly turns into English.
Yeah. Ooh, man, though. Those faces.
Yeah.
I was playing this old game, Hostile Waters in Teus Rising, that I really like. And I like it when you play, or I don't necessarily like it, but I think it's interesting to look at older games where like the character models and stuff are very low. They're very primitive.
Yeah.
And they're trying as hard as they can to get those things to emote, but you're just like, I like the way he's like, they say, come to us. And he's like, oh, I'm coming.
Coming.
To my sword
drawn and everything.
Mm-hmm. His eyes don't seem to be looking in the same direction.
No, they don't. But this, like I said, this game was very, I don't know, it did something different.
Yeah.
At a time when you had Resident Evil and the Resident Evil games and the Silent Hill games, and
this was before Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, correct.
This was pre-Resident, because Resident Evil 4 came out on the GameCube, but this was like, this was pretty close to the launch, right? I mean, it was like within the first year the GameCube was out. Oh snap!
Yeah, this was pretty early.
Beam me up, Satan. All right. Can we just leave? Inlaid with golden gems it can't identify. Okay.
Pious. Yeah,
Like
but
it's too bad that we won't get to play like all. Wait, there's like 16 people in here. Or something like
there's
that.
like literally like every chapter you play as a different character.
And that's one of the cool things. It's actually, sure, man, go down there. It's one of the really interesting things about this game is that it does have a sense of weight because of the amount of time that they spend telling the story. That it's not just like, oh shit, the T-virus is on the loose again. What?
Yeah.
I mean, they spend their time going through the ages and showing you this evil, so that when they get to the end, it's got more gravity than it does just by going like, yeah, this ancient evil, it's been around for a million years. You're like, oh, okay, you asshole. Asshole torch.
But yeah, no, I mean, you play as multiple characters, and sometimes you'll encounter some of those characters.
Yep.
In the games, so I mean, like as later characters.
I forgot about the individual limb targeting.
Yeah, that was always
Finish
cool.
him. Wave your sword near his torso. Pious wins.
Oh shit!
No. I'm gonna cut your head off. And I'm going to cut your head off. Everybody gets their head cut off today, boys. I'm going to cut off your left arm and your right arm. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hitting the wall.
Just like Dark Souls. Somebody, there have been a few people on the website that have been like, Jeff, shut up about Dark Souls already. I was like, what website are you on? I haven't been able to shut up about Dark Souls since the first one came out.
Well, what I find funny is that because I actually do read the comments on the other videos, the ones that I'm not in.
Yeah.
Everyone tells you to shut up on Dark Souls. Yet almost everyone that we do, everyone's like, Jeff, you should totally play Dark Souls 2.
You should play all Dark Souls all the way through.
It's like, but
shut up or not shut up. Make up your mind. Oh no! Screw you, skeleton. All your arms and legs, and you got one arm. How do they even have any blood left? They're like super desiccated.
Yeah. Even when you give them that coup de grace.
Jerk. I dig that. I forgot about that until I was fighting with the shotgun earlier there. All right. Sure, let's just take them all. Like Pokemon. Or...
Well, one of the other things, speaking of things, so essentially at some point you do get like magic spells.
What?
And the cool thing about it is whenever you discover a magic spell, you can use those magic spells across all characters later on.
Shit! Oh no! Get out of there, Pius. Yeah. No, I know how video games work.
Yeah, this was kind of at a time when...
No, lock on to the other dudes. There we go.
Yeah, but one of the cool things I liked about it is that for some spells they made a system that you can, by just playing around, once you get enough resources to just kind of test stuff on your own, you can end up finding a spell that you haven't actually discovered and don't need yet, and use it like really early in the game if you know what the spell is.
That's cool. And yeah, I mean, like I always thought when I played this game that the mechanics of it were always very. I mean, they felt a little bit. They felt in depth, like somebody thought this shit through. Like there was a master plan for this from start to finish, which is why things like X-Men Destiny are so crappy, because you're like, this is just garbage.
Yeah,
just straight up garbage.
You're not gonna.
Oh yeah. Is there
there's a ladder
XP
over there, by the way? No.
Okay.
No.
I was just checking out what was over there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no like XP or leveling up or anything in this game.
What?
It is if anything, a survival horror game. But it's like like I said, I really like the insanity meter, which hasn't reared its ugly head yet.
It's because I'm too good. Too good for insanity, John.
Well, it doesn't actually rear its ugly head until like the thing after this.
Shh, I'm too good.
Okay, you're too good.
We'll stick with that.
We'll stick with that.
Yep.
Good.
All right. Klaatu, Verata, and Nikto. Oh. All right, skeletons. I got your number. Hit him with the head. Hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Hit him with your head. Headbutt his head. Dude, this guy, he could headbutt these guys to death. Ugh.
Yeah. I do like that you can if you can get them to chain at you, you can actually hit multiple targets at once with certain weapons.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Finish him. I like being able to cut off their heads, and then they can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say they can't hit you, and then I just totally got hit.
Yeah. Well, and another thing I really like is, and again, this is, I don't know if we're actually going to get to this, but given the fact that you play different characters, not all the characters play the same.
Yeah.
Like they do have all the same moves and stuff like that.
Right.
But like Pius here, he's a fighter, so he's like super powerful and and strong and stuff like that. Yet there are other characters that
are nerds.
They can't wield very heavy weapons. They can't, also they can't run very far.
Yep.
After a certain amount of time they will run out of stamina, which is like I said, it did a lot of really, really cool things, and it is kind of sad to see that Silicon Knights kind of this was.
It's something that I think we saw. We may have that may have been like one of the first times that I remember seeing Dennis Dyack with a game where you're like, this game was so cool, and then like the next game that they did was kind of just collapsed under its own weight. And at least that's how I understand Too Human. Actually, I think that they put that on like Games on Demand on Xbox, and I've often thought about going back and getting it, just taking a look at it. Because like I said, never played it before. And I got a pretty high tolerance for repetitive stress injury video games where they just make you do the same shit over and over again. As long as it's, even remotely fun. I mean, even just a little bit of fun. I don't even require it to be game of the year. It just needs to be passable enough.
Like I said, I like it to a point.
Yeah.
I don't hate it or anything like that.
How was the story? Because I tell you, I played a lot of games that had really shitty gameplay, and if the story is good enough, that'll keep me going all on its own. Okay, are you coming to life on me? You must prove your worth by destroying the statue. Okay.
It's basically telling you how to attack specific arms and heads, like if you didn't figure it out already.
Oh.
Which you already figured that out.
Yeah. I do this shit for a living.
And you've opened the door.
Don't mess with me, door.
And one of the other things I like is that while some of the menus do get very a little bit over a little bit too explaining.
Right.
There are some puzzles that
Get out of my way, get out of my way, get out of my way.
there are some puzzles that do take you actually have to think about. And they don't really explain. Sometimes they don't even explain that you're looking at a puzzle.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit.
Come here. Jerk. 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 Now, if I remember correctly, isn't there some, kind of Cthulhu-y stuff in here as well?
Yeah, there's some very Cthulhu-y stuff in here.
Which is another thing where Jason and I have talked before on podcasts about how I think that, Cthulhu is a difficult horror thing because once you show Cthulhu, then I feel like it's started to lose a lot of its. You see all these pictures online that people draw of Cthulhu, and I'm like, well, that's not really very scary. When it was this thing that you couldn't. A button is attached. Okay, push the button, man. Sure, you're a Roman. Do whatever you want.
Well, they don't actually have Cthulhu itself, but it's those style of H.P. Lovecraftian horrors.
Yeah. All right, what do we got?
It's a beam me up. It's a Stargate teleporter, or whatever you want to call them.
All right. It's a Foggate.
Okay, now here's something interesting.
Yeah.
You have to make a
this.
choice.
Yep.
And your choice will determine which god that is the main villain of the game, essentially.
I'm going to pick Red God.
Okay.
Red God. He's got little Satan horns and everything.
Yep.
Taking it. Red Clawed Worm. Yeah, sure.
This is also kind of interesting because one of the things that because like I said, this will depend on the ending of this game will change depending on which thing you choose.
Yeah.
And also some the types of villains you interact with, or you get predominantly you'll get more red-based villains.
Right.
And things like that because you chose that. Now what they actually do is they actually expect you to play the game 3 times.
Yeah.
On one save file.
Uh-huh.
And then when you've beaten the game the 3rd time, you get the true ending.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I think I played it once, and like I said, I don't think I ever went back to it ever again.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I've never gone through
since then.
3 times.
Really?
You've
watched the true ending on YouTube.
No, actually, I've never even watched the true ending on YouTube.
Really?
But
is it the dog? The dog is controlling it from the control room the entire time.
Yes.
Channel power.
But no, I always thought that was really cool, and that's kind of why I always come back to it because I always I need to go back to it and
I could play it a 3rd time.
Yeah, and I just kind of never get around to it, and then I lost a memory card somewhere, and I had to start over from scratch.
Okay. How much time we got left over there? Let's see. Okay, so we're all just about done. I'm going to take Pius' sword. What? I'm going to put it in. Yep. I'm going to equip it, and I'm going to use it to chop down that door that has the sword hole next to it.
Yep.
That
now
sounds...
you can't equip the sword, so and then she'll carry the sword.
Fuck that. I'm going to go shove it in this sword hole. That transition always bugs me here in this room.
Oh, yeah.
The way that it fades out, because it's there's going to be a cutscene. Nope.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait, am I over here? No.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Wasn't in the... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. It's where you keep your sword lock doors in the kitchen. Okay. Boom. Yeah, that's right. Oh, no. Damn it. All right, well, then screw that. I'm going to chop down this entire house with this thing.
Yeah.
Grandpa, I hate you. Okay. Well, let's see. We haven't found anything that could fix a key yet.
Yeah, I think you actually need to go back to the room.
Yeah. Was there a paper in there?
I don't know if there was a paper, but I think you can like continue like reading or do other stuff. But usually it'll give you a clue to kind of what you need. Now, given you getting the sword is important because that will, that wall right there.
Yeah, I saw that on my way out. Okay. Strangely, with the Tome of Eternal Darkness in her possession, could read the page. Sure. Binding of the Corpse God. And then
now you go to the use.
Oh, you just use that page?
Yep.
And then that takes you back to the next part. Okay, cool.
I cannot say. What was the true
Well,
beginning.
folks, I think that we got probably just like a minute left, so we'll go down the shtick. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. You can always see these videos a day earlier on Rage Select. Actually, 2 days in the case of Savage Tits here. If you want to buy this game, I guess I'll put a link in the description. Whitelisting your ad blocker. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. All that information should be down below. That's about it. I'm running on fumes on coffee and hatred right now, so my brain's a little bit.
And
whirly.
for the next game, or for the next video,
We're gonna skip forward a little bit.
We're gonna skip forward a little bit, kind of farther in the game, so you can see more of the magic and the.
Let's just see what's going on here right at the very beginning with what's her face. Can I just?
Forever in shadow will you be master of chaos.
Is she reading the book?
Yeah, she's reading the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Seems like light reading.
Yeah, sure. Just hanging out on a Sunday afternoon, reading the Tome of Eternal Darkness.
It is the true chaos of all things that you now must be entombed amongst the beings of flesh and bone.
Uh-oh.
You have a great monument.
Whoa. Oh.
It is a pity that
Man, that animation on that thing is just it's like there's a part of it that as an animator kind of messes me up.
Oh yeah.
Because when it goes up, it doesn't slow down. It's just like it goes to expand and then it just stops. It jerks and starts going back down again. See?
Yeah.
It's just like so mechanical and stuff. You just slow down a little bit, like right there where it gets big.
Yeah.
And then have it speed back up when it goes back down. Totally fix that. Even though I'm a 2D animator, I don't know how to do that. Can we skip this cutscene? Apparently not.
He's binding a god to that room.
Amorphous blobs with fangs.
And eyes.
Will you never stop being scary?
Fables can keep me amused.
So she's reading the Tome of Eternal Darkness because she's bored?
Apparently.
Oh, all right.
I only wish something that fantastic and of higher purpose could happen to me.
No, you don't.
And then she gets trapped in there.
And then, so she's got the same little sword thing. What's up? Take the amulet. Take it. Steal from the Elder Gods. Seems like a great idea.
Oh no, it closed the door.
The necklace can be used to heal. Make sure that Elia does not move when the spell is being cast. Okay.
That's actually kind of another thing that I kind of like, is that if you move when you're casting a spell, it still uses that magic. There's a magic meter kind of thing, and it still uses that meter, but you don't get the
you don't get the spell effect?
Yeah, because you moved.
That's cool. Oh, okay. So it's just these guys again. I thought we might get a slightly different enemy this time around.
No, these are predominantly the guys that you fight throughout most of the game.
Okay.
They vary in size and.
Oh no! The penitent man will pass. Ugh. Well, if you'd stop stepping on those things, maybe the blades would stop coming down. All right. Anyway, we'll cut it off here, and we'll be back. This should be going up on Tuesday, so we should be back on Thursday with part 2 of
like
Eternal
I said, I'll
Darkness.
skip ahead a little bit, but hope you enjoy.
Yep.